Alright guys, Hayzink here, welcome back to the channel for another Street Fighter Duel video. So, with this latest update, we have good news for one unit situation, but this new unit that's dropped in the game, we have a potential bad news situation for him, and it's PHARAOH Sagat, right? Let's start off by talking the good news situation, right? So, the good news situation is if we go in and look at new units that were recently added, Vega and Cammy had an issue, right? Now, I didn't make a video about this. Now, let me just explain why I didn't make a video about this. Because I already knew from Dino that it had been fed back to the team. So, me making a video about it, I would have just been highlighting something that I knew was already being looked into. So, that's the reason why I never highlighted it. But it has now been fixed, okay? So, let me just really quickly show you this, right? So, if we go in here just now, we'll use this, we'll pop this all the way through, you can pop it again. Should have popped there, I don't know if it, did that actually pop there? I don't know if it popped there or not, let me see. Pop it there. You see no cost again. So I don't know if you've seen that there, but you get the 2 free super attacks, okay? So let's just go back again, watch that one more time. So we're going through, if you watch here, so I'll do the first super combo. We've started it, do another one right away. And then pop this. That then gives us access to another one for free. And we can pop that again. So you see you're getting your 2 free super combo gauges off of that unit. It doesn't work quite the way people may have thought it was going to work. I think the starting unit always has to be Vega. So basically, or Cammy. So basically what will happen is you'll do your first super combo starting with Vega, and then if I don't do it in automatic, it's probably a bit easier to see it and I can say it as I'm doing it, right? So you look here, we've got 1 on the super combo gauge. I'll let it go up to 2 because then it's easier to see visually, right? So we're up at 2. So there's the first super combo. We'll do this, we'll move through it. We're still at 1. This one is free, we've stayed at 1. And then this one again is free, we've stayed at 1. Okay, so it does work that way, you can do it back to back. So you see there, we've got the 2 free super combos, 6 cars has now been repaired and it's working absolutely fine with Vega and Cammy. However, this leads us to what could potentially be another issue, right? Now, if we go into here, and we go to the new unit, who is not looking very good, right? And we look at Sagat, right? Now, if you've tried Sagat out, you'll know that as people die, Sagat will inherit copies. He will not inherit, he will generate copies, clones of himself, right? So, what happens is, when you go Sagat, Sagat has an idle attack that is a buff. So his idle does not do anything, it just buffs, right? Which means his clones, their idle animation is also a buff. It doesn't do any physical damage to the enemy. I'll display what I'm talking about just now. So if we go to bio, trial, start trial, click in here. Okay, for now we'll just go with this default chain, right? Because we want to build up some clones, hopefully. I mean, Bison's here, so it's maybe not the best situation to build up clones, but let's see if we can get someone to die. We probably won't, actually. It's maybe not the best, but anyway, just watch Sagat just now. Do you see Sagat there? He's doing a heal, and he's doing a buff. Right, we can see this if we go back and look at my previous video, looking at him on TW, right? So you'll see, he's idling, he's not doing anything. Bison will throw out a punch. Rose at the back will throw out a whip, whereas Sagat will stand doing nothing, right? So, let's go into a battle. If we look at what I'm trying to show you here, if we go to skill, passive, no, not passive, does it show you it here? Is it in his passive? It's in one of them. It's in his fighting spirit, here it's here, right? If the super combo gauge has 2 or more points when PHARAOH Serpent is actively unleashed, unleash PHARAOH Serpent 1 additional time. Right, okay, so I need to let it build up to 3 stacks, for God's sake, right? So we'll go back to here, Don't know if this will actually allow it to go this far, but we can but try. We can but try. So put you there. Maybe a little bit more damage will help this work. Buff into you, into you, into you. Okay. Yep. Okay. Right. So do that. See if this one can pan out for us. That's fine. We'll take the hit. We will take the hit. Again, we're just really looking to kill Zangief here and then hopefully survive. In fact, I'll take out one more just to be sure. Just to play it safe, we'll take out one more unit. We can't make it to C3. This is super annoying at this stage. So I need to basically put in 2 units that have got a C1 to allow us to be able to pull this off. So you've got a C1, you've got a C1. See, that should work. I don't really understand why that didn't work. So go with you again, put you there. Try that again. So it should go you. Bump into you, bump into you, bump into you. So final chance. Try and take out 2 units and then stop, because I need to allow it to build up 3 stacks. So it's a lot more difficult, and then Sagat dies. That was awesome. Try it again. Like right now, I am actually trying to justify if this unit is completely broken or just partly broken. I think the answer is completely broken, but without evidence to show the staff, then I really don't have a leg to stand on. So let's see this time. Take the hit. That's fine. We lost Cammy. We can deal with that. Okay. Okay. That's fine. We can take that as well. Now, if you want to give us one more death, I think hopefully we should be able to survive it. No, we can't survive it, right? Basically, what I was trying to see was in here, like I showed you guys already. I want to stop emailing me. He does have one thing in his kit, which is in his fighting spirit. He does have this here. Go away, McDonald's. Which is, if he has 2 or more points when PHARAOH Serpent is actively unleashed. So that means you would need to start the combo when he's got 3 super stacks, right? Unleash PHARAOH Serpent 1 additional time. Now, what I was trying to see there was, do the clones trigger that? Because if the clones trigger that, then that is the one and only occasion that we can see that the clones attack, right? Right now, it doesn't look like they attack at all. And not only that, if that is the only time that they attack, you're not very often sitting with 3 stacks of super gauge. It's not something that happens very often, right? So it would be very rare for it to actually happen, which basically means that even if that trigger skill did apply to clones, which I honestly don't think it does, right? But even if it did, it would mean that this 6/6 is very rarely, if ever, used, right? Now, I think where this unit is actually broken ultimately is here within their passive. There should be something that says when Sagat is the only unit left on the field, his super attack changes to either become Snake King's Rage or PHARAOH Serpent, right? And at that point, the clones would mimic his action, because as it stands right now, what they're basically doing is they're giving Sagat a bunch of clones that do nothing. Okay, fair enough. You can see here that what you're talking about, it buffs his attack, his defense, and his HP. Great, but he cannot perform any actions that cause damage. If he's the only unit left, his super attack causes no damage whatsoever. There is no damage from it at all. If you just so happen to only have Sagat and your tag unit left, who is your C1, and you can manage to get Sagat to do this move is very, very low impact, and it's not a I don't even like calling it an AoE. It's very, very low impact, and his clones don't do anything. So it means this is worthless. It's absolutely worthless. It does nothing at all. And either the unit is broken and doesn't work as intended, which I don't think is the case, because this is how he functions over on TW. Or they have literally stuck a description onto a unit that makes absolutely no sense because you can't benefit from it. Which would mean they've designed his kit and just tried to stick it on to a unit that can't actually use the kit. So either way, Sagat is either terrible because he's terrible because he's not working as intended. If he's supposed to work like those units actually do some attacks, then when buffed by that amount of damage, they could be okay. But I just think he's garbage. But I think he's garbage with a layer of misleadingness attached to him, because if his units, if his clones cannot carry out any damage, then why do they have a boost coming from cars that applies 500% increased damage? It makes absolutely no sense. Anyway guys, good and bad, Vega and Cammy are fixed. Sagat is either garbage and broken, or broken, potentially better. Either way, his kit is misleading people into thinking he can do something that he can't do. He literally does not have the ability to use this, so they need to do something about that. Anyway, I've been Hayzink, thanks for watching, and I will catch you all on the next one. Peace.